Hello YouTube and the vinyl community. Welcome to AGK's Vinyl Life. I'm your host Anthony K, and today is Monday, May 18th, 2020, and today is Victoria Day here in Canada, a statutory holiday. For you people in other parts of the world that don't know what Victoria Day is, it's where we celebrate Queen Victoria's birthday, and that all translates down to a day off from work and school. So on this edition of Vinyl Life, we're going to be talking about CDs and CDs in a vinyl world. Are they useful to a vinyl collector, to a record collector? So CDs in a vinyl LP world, and so most of this video is going to be some CDs, because yes, there is room for CDs in a vinyl world, and I'll explain why and show you some examples of that. There will be some vinyl in this video too, so don't worry all you vinyl lovers. I haven't gone to the other team and going to CDs, but CDs are something that should be talked about at some point, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. So yes, CDs are still relevant, because there are things on CD that you can get that you will probably never get on vinyl record. CDs started around the mid-80s. I remember when they started. I think it was around 1987 when I got my first CD player. It was a Yamaha CD player, and I thought it was going to be the biggest craze because it was coming out and everybody was saying records are going to die in a couple of years. And so I started building a CD collection back then. But I still did, CDs were expensive. The players were expensive, just like any new technology. The players were very expensive, so I was like one of the new kids on the block to have one. And I paid a fortune for that CD player. I don't know, it was like $500-600 probably for that first CD player, which played a single disc CD, real basic controls. It was a Yamaha. It was a really nice sound. But yeah, I jumped on the CD band because I've always sort of followed technology. But records still continued to be my main focus till the early 90s. And then there was just no more records being made, or at least not here in Toronto. They were not record stores. HMV had taken over, and Sam the Records Man was dying, and CDs were taking over, and stores weren't stocking records anymore. So we were forced to go to CD. And at that point, I thought records were dead. Everything was being replaced by CD. And at the time, we were thinking, oh, wow, CDs, this is really cool. There's no more clicks and pops and noise and records wearing out. And, oh, this is fantastic. And they take up so much less room. They're just a little thing. And wow, oh, it was like, yeah, it was, wow, CDs were so cool. And so we all started trading in our record collections, all the people I knew, going to used record stores downtown and selling records at a pretty penny to buy CDs. And basically, I unfortunately sacrificed a big portion of my record collection. Not all of it, because there was just some stuff I could never part with. And I did keep quite a few crates of records back and put them away and said, well, I'm just going to keep these forever for whatever reason. Kept my turntable, put it away, but CDs were taken over. So, and it would be like that for quite some years, where we thought CDs were the better route to go than vinyl records, just because of space saving, that beautiful, clear, crystal clear sound quality. It wasn't until many years later that we would realize that CDs didn't have the warmth and sound of records, and didn't provide the same thrill as holding a record cover in your hand and looking at that record art and reading the lyrics and reading the liner notes. There was something about records over CDs that was special, and still is to this day, and why people have flocked back to records. CDs are very sterile. They have great sound, and there's some really good sounding CDs and CD pressing methods out there, but they're very sterile. The art, CD, the cover, the booklets that come in CDs, it just does, a little booklet like this just doesn't have the impact that a record cover has. So, but we wouldn't realize these things until many years later. So, CDs popped up. They were the number one format in at least the 90s. In the 2000s, MP3s started to come out, and I remember being on Napster, which was this program that came out around 2000, where people were taking their CDs and even records and ripping them to audio files, MP3 audio files, and they were just like the really early basic MP3 audio files. It didn't have anywhere near the sound quality of the records or the CDs, but it was pirated free music. And I joined the Napster craze, and I was downloading. I had music coming on. I still probably have little folders with CDs burned of MP3s where I just downloaded MP3s like crazy off this little program called Napster, which was a pirating program that everybody was using, until Metallica actually got on the bandwagon and put a stop to Napster, and these companies that were producing software to pirate music and release it free of charge to the public. But lo and behold, a few years later, you know, Apple iTunes would pop up. I think one of the earliest ones I remember, iTunes would pop up and be selling, you know, music. And I have a pretty good sized iTunes library of music I've purchased over the last probably 12 years on iTunes, mostly single songs here and there. And I've got quite an iTunes library, and streaming took over. So streaming replaced MP3s, and then in the 2010s, streaming has pretty much replaced CDs and vinyl. And as far as physical format goes, vinyl has taken over as the physical format. So you have vinyl records, and you have streaming, and then now trailing in a far third place are CDs. Nobody's buying CDs. I have a CD player in my car, so I load my CDs in the car, and I have a hard drive in the car. So the great thing about my particular car is that you can put a CD in the car player, play it once, and it records the CD to the hard drive. Then I don't even need to bring the CD back in the car. And I think my hard drive on my car probably has about around 250 CDs on it now on the hard drive. So I mean, that's great for that. So I mean, there's places where CDs still came in valuable, but even that, I even stream from my phone to my car sometimes when I'm driving. And if I go for a walk, obviously streaming audio is great. But at home, yeah, the format is still LP records. Number one, they have the warmth, sitting there holding an album cover in your hand, reading the lyrics, looking at the pictures, credits. There's nothing quite like it. Of course, records have that warmth to them that CDs never had. And so CDs are dying. They came, they went, they were a good idea. Everybody thought they were a good idea. But lo and behold, records have always survived over the years in various formats. And I think records will always be here. So enough of the chit chat here. I'm going to get on with this. I have a lot to show, and I'm going to show it quickly because I don't want to spend too much time and have this video go on too long. But the question I'm presenting in this video is, like I said, are CDs still valuable in a vinyl world, or necessary in a vinyl world? And I say yes, they are. And like I said, for the number one reason being that there's a wealth of material for a music collector and lover that you can only get on CD that has, as of yet, not been put on vinyl, and some things will never be on vinyl. And if you're a completist, if you love a particular artist and you want everything from that artist, the only way to really flesh out and complete your collection is having stuff both on CD and vinyl. And CDs, there'll always be CD players around, because DVD players, Blu-ray players, game consoles, they all have the ability to play CDs. So it'll never be an obsolete technology. So your CDs will still have use. So here's some perfect examples of why you do need CDs still, being a vinyl collector. And the first one is Curation 25th anniversary, and this is The Cure. This came out last year, and this is a fantastic box set by The Cure. As you can see, it's 2 DVDs and 4 CDs. It's 2 full 2-hour live Cure shows, 2 separate concerts on CD, and they're double CDs, and there's 2 DVDs, so you get the DVD video of the shows as well. Nicely presented in little booklets in here. So this is this will never come out on vinyl. I don't think The Cure will ever release that, and The Cure have never released a live LP that is, as far as I know, on vinyl. There might be one from way long time ago, from the 80s, but this is recent concerts, and they are absolutely spectacular. And you'll never see this. Chances are this will never, ever, ever be released on vinyl. So if you're a lover of the Cura like I am, you need this. Because A, you get the videos, and B, you get 4 CDs of absolutely fantastic. And the shows are different. So the set list, it's not like it's 2 shows, but each show has different set lists. So you're getting a wealth of material on this. So there's an example of why you still need to buy CDs. If you're a lover of the Cure and you want to complete your Cure collection, only way is through CD. Next up, we have Transvision Vamp. Wendy James and Transvision Vamp, one of my favorite bands from the 80s for sure. Wendy James, an absolute hottie, and she really knew how to tear up a stage, and fantastic vocalist. Love Transvision Vamp's music. They only made 3 albums, and Wendy James has continued to do a solo career. Her latest album, Queen High Street, was just released and to rave reviews, and I'm actually waiting for my crowdfunder version to come in the mail as we speak. But this is Transvision Vamp, and this package was released last year. And why would you get this when they just re-released the 3 Transvision Vamp LPs? Well, you would get this because there is a wealth of extra material on here. And this is why I'm saying that we still need CDs in a vinyl world. It's because of these sets of extra material. Extra material being, you've got the original albums, and then you've got 3 more. So you got the original albums on CD, and then you've got 3 more discs, and those discs have remixes, B-sides, demos, rarities, unreleased songs. And this is why you still need CDs in a vinyl world, because record companies aren't going to go to the trouble of pressing all this bonus material onto LPs and releasing it. These sort of collections will never be released on LP. And if you're a completist of an artist and you want everything from that artist, the only way is through these CD box sets, because this is the cheapest and easiest way to package a wealth of extra material. Because mastering vinyl records for all these tons and tons and tons of songs, it's too expensive and too much of a process. And will it really sell enough to be worth it? So CDs are really cheap to produce. So best way to go is with CDs. So this collection has 3 albums plus a wealth of material and a DVD in there with all her music videos, all the Transvision Vamp music videos. An absolutely worth it buy. Another reason why you should have CDs. Next up, now I'm not going to show this. I'm going to show this real quickly, because I plan on doing a golden earring video down the line. And it's another perfect example of why you still need CDs in a vinyl world. This is Golden Earrings box set, released a couple of years ago. And inside there is all 26 of their studio albums, which, yes, you can buy them now. They're all available on vinyl, finally being all re-released and remastered by Music on Vinyl, one of my favorite pressing companies. They have all been re-released, except the last 3 discs on here, the last 3 or 4, I think it's actually 4. The last 3. The last 3 CDs in this collection, B-sides, singles, rarities, not live recordings, but singles, B-sides, rarities, and they had a ton of singles that were never released on albums. So now the reason you need CDs is this box set. Only place you'll ever find all these singles and B-sides and demos and whatnot is in this collection from Golden Earring. And Golden Earring also released last year a follow-up box set where they released their entire live collection of live albums, and there's 8 live albums in there, plus an extra CD of additional live performances that you'll never see anywhere else. It'll never get pressed on vinyl. So if you want to be a completist, there you go, another example. Golden Earring, live through the years with extra material. One of my favorite artists is the Pet Shop Boys. Yes, the Pet Shop Boys, the English pop duo who are currently enjoying a lot of success as their new album has gone into the top 10, and I think it made it to number 3 on the charts. But the Pet Shop Boys, I've always loved their sound and have followed them all through the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. They're continuing to make spectacular music to this day. The greatest pop duo act ever, as far as I'm concerned. And another reason, if you're a Pet Shop Boys lover, they have released all their albums. All 13 of their studio albums are on vinyl, but they are famous for, over the years, releasing a ton of material on CD only. And recently, in the last few years, they re-released the entire CD library with what they called Further Listening. And the Further Listening series, and I'm just going to quickly grab this pile here. This is the Further Listening series by the Pet Shop Boys. Further Listening series. Please, actually, introspective, behavior, very bilingual, nightlife, release, fundamental, yes, and Elysium. Those ones have all been done in what's called Further Listening series. Each one having either an extra disc or 2 extra discs of additional material. Singles, B-sides, demos, remixes, unreleased music. An absolute wealth, as you can see, on every disc. So not just the original album, but an absolute mass of additional music. So if you stick strictly to vinyl and you're a lover of Pet Shop Boys, you'll never have everything. This stuff will never be released on vinyl. So yes, another example of why CDs are still important in a vinyl world. And even their latest album came out in January. Hotspot, fantastic spin. I've got it on vinyl. I'll show the vinyl one day. Vinyl record. Fantastic spin. But yes, I got this on CD too. Not just because I'm a Pet Shop Boys completist, but because this deluxe edition, available only exclusively through the Pet Shop Boys website, has a second disc, and it's an instrumental version of the album. You'll never see that on vinyl record. Instrumental version of the album as well as the album. Another reason why CDs are important in a vinyl world. Another example, Santana, their fantastic Supernatural album from around 1999-2000, with of course the hits Smooth and Maria Maria. A couple of years ago, released a Legacy edition. And they released Supernatural actually last summer on vinyl LP for the first time. A great press of that. But why would you get this one? Well, the Legacy edition has a second disc of extra material. A second disc. A pile of unreleased songs that were recorded at the same time as he was recording Supernatural. And it's all great. It's not garbage. It's great music. Another example of why you need CDs in a vinyl library. And all these ones I'm showing you, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, but a lot of times when they release these bonus discs, it's all garbage. It's just junk. It's just fillers so that they can cash grab you for money. Well, if you're choosy and you're a completist for an artist, then nothing is a cash grab when you're trying to complete an artist collection. Certainly there are cash grab discs out there, I'm sure, with a bunch of just absolute junk as bonus material to try to make you buy the CD. The stuff I'm showing you today, it's all worth the money because it's excellent bonus material. And you have to be choosy, obviously, when you shop for CDs, that the bonus material is really worth the price they're asking for that material. And the last couple I'm going to show you, before I show you is a little bit of vinyl, is this one here. This is Alice Cooper. The Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper. And this is a box set. Inside here is a fabulous book that shows you, I'll show you here, just flip through it somehow. Kind of not making it easy for me to do this. You get a nice booklet, discs, disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, disc 4, and this material, a good portion of the material on here, which is all great, you will never see on vinyl records. Yes, it's got the greatest hits are in here, they're mixed in here. So you've got things like, you know, you've got I'm 18, you've got Under My Wheels, Be My Lover, Desperado, Dead Babies, Killer, you know, right through $1 Billion Babies, Mr. Nice Guy. This goes right up to the end of 1999. But what makes this box special is it has a pile of unreleased material, things that were B-sides, singles, demos, all sorts of stuff, different mixes of songs, and it really is a great collection to have, and this will never come out on vinyl. They'll never release this on vinyl. So if you're an Alice Cooper completist, as I am, you need the Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper, as it has the extra material getting in here over just the regular hits. There's a whole wealth of it on these 4 discs. Another reason why CDs are still valuable in a vinyl world. And last but not least, in my CD only section of this video are 3 box sets that I bought a few years ago that were released in a fairly limited quantity. But these 3 box sets were fairly pricey when I got them, but worth double and triple now than what I paid for them. And they are the Pink Floyd Immersion box sets. Pink Floyd Immersion CD box sets. And you're saying, well, you know, I can get Dark Side of the Moon on, there's 100,000 different pressings of Dark Side of the Moon. Yes. But what's in this box set you will never see pressed on vinyl, ever. And what's great about these Pink Floyd Immersion box sets, I'll show you the inside of one. I'm not going to show you the inside of all of them. Inside, and I can read you, this was originally the outside under the shrink wrap. On these box sets, and in this one, you do have the original album, Dark Side of the Moon, a remaster of some sort. CD 1, okay, so disc 1, for example, is the original album remastered in 2011. Disc 2 is Dark Side of the Moon live at Wembley in 1974. You think they're ever going to press that Dark Side of the Moon live in Wembley in 1974? I doubt it. Not anytime soon. Disc 3 is DVD audio, so you get a 5.1 surround mix or a 4.0 quad mix, an LPCM stereo mix, a 2003 remix 5.1 surround mix and quad mix. So you get a pile of different 5.1 mixes. Of course, you're never going to see a 5.1 mix or quad mix probably released on vinyl, that's for sure. That was on disc 3. Disc 4 is a DVD, and the DVD has all the audio visual material that was released. Things like Careful with That Axe Eugene, Set Controls for the Heart of the Sun, Dark Side of the Moon, a documentary. There's a documentary on here. So you're getting all this DVD material. It's never going to come in a vinyl record at all. Disc 5 is a Blu-ray disc, and it is a Blu-ray disc with the audio portion and also the audio visual material. And then finally, disc number 6 is a CD, and it's extra audio tracks, approximately 70 minutes. Dark Side of the Moon, the original 72 mix, supervised by Ellen Parsons. The Hard Way, Us and Them, a Richard Wright demo. The Travel Sequence, live in Brighton. The Morality Sequence, live in Brighton, and these are in 1972. Any Color You Like, live in Brighton. Money, a Roger Waters demo. So all that extra material and mixes you're never going to see on vinyl. And if you're a lover of Pink Floyd and you want everything, these sets are incredible. And not only did you get that in these sets, but each of these immersion box sets came with a scarf that is just mega cool. This is the Dark Side of the Moon scarf. It came with a bag, and in this bag, and these things are great. In this bag, Dark Side of the Moon marbles. Look at these things. Dark Side of the Moon marbles. Absolutely gorgeous. Dark Side of the Moon coaster set. One side spells Pink Floyd. The other side has visuals. Not only that, you have all sorts of material. And then you have the various mixes. So that is the early mix of Dark Side of the Moon. So each of the discs was in a little, that I talked about that were in that. The CDs, the DVDs, everything, DVDs were in these little slip jackets. All sorts of them. There's another one of the coasters. All sorts of them in these little slip covers. This had, I believe, a tour sticker. Dark Side of the Moon tour sticker. Backstage pass. It was a recreation of a backstage pass. Then you have a booklet that talks about that gives all the credits. You have collector's cards. And from what I gather, these immersion sets all had different collector's cards. So you had a series of collector's cards. Every immersion set had a bunch of different ones. I don't know how many were in the entire set of collector's cards, but you got a sampling of them in each box immersion set. You had, what's this one? Questions for Assorted Lunatics. I'm not even going to go to what's in this, but more material. I don't remember what this was. Oh, this was a handwritten. Yes, I forgot about this. Handwritten by one of the members of the band. You had lithographs. You had a massive, massive, massive picture book. Actually, you had two of them. Massive, massive picture book. And another one about their tour from 1971 to 74. This is about them touring Dark Side of the Moon. And last but not least, in the bottom of the box, the discs. So these immersion sets, you'll never see any of this stuff coming out on vinyl record ever in your lifetime. So if you can find these immersion box sets, they're pretty rare. But they're probably worth three times what they originally were back then. This is in the early, I'm thinking mid to late 2000s, I'm guessing. I can't remember when about these. I'm guessing mid to late 2000s, or maybe early 2010s. But these box sets are incredible. And these are the perfect example of why you still need CDs in a vinyl world. Pink Floyd immersion set, Dark Side of the Moon. First, they did the same treatment to Wish You Were Here. I'm not going to pull it all apart, but I'll just quickly show you. That was on the under the shrink. I don't know if you can all see that, but as you can see, the same treatment as the Dark Side of the Moon, with extra mixes, live recordings, coasters, marbles, scarves, the whole 9 yards for Wish You Were Here. That's the Wish You Were Here immersion box set. Same sort of treatment. As you can see, the coaster pack. One of the Wish You Were Here marbles. Scarf in there. Everything in there. And yet, like I said, another reason why you would need CDs still in a vinyl world. And last but not least, the Wall. The immersion box set of the Wall. Same idea once again. A absolute wealth of material in this box set. The album plus remixes, live recordings, everything. Absolutely massive amount of material. The scarves, the marbles. As you can see, the Wall marbles, the scarf, everything, the booklets, everything. Pink Floyd, The Wall, immersion box set. Another perfect example of why, yes, you do need CDs in a vinyl collection. And now, last but not least, and this video is getting long, but last but not least, a couple more, and these do have LPs in them. And that is Miss Kylie Minogue, otherwise just known as Kylie. She was a pop star, pop, dance, whatever you want to say, artist from Australia, who never was super big over here in North America, but I always really enjoyed her music and I followed her career through the years, and she's still recording music right up to this day. Kylie Minogue, only her first maybe 3 albums were big here in the 80s, right between like 85 and 90. She had a number of hits here, and then she kind of phased out of Canada and North America, but has still been popular in her, of course, in her home country and in Europe. But Miss Kylie Minogue, they did the same. They did a treatment on her first 3 albums in a box set, and this is a vinyl and CD box set. So see this, and I like when they do this, and you see quite a few of these things come out nowadays. And what they do here is you get the album on vinyl record in a die cut sleeve, and all 3 of them are the same, so I'm not going to show you all 3, but they are picture discs. They are picture discs. All 3 of the box sets that I've got here are picture discs. So you do get the album on LP, picture disc. You get a poster. I'm not going to open that up. Big poster. And then last but not least, you get a booklet that talks about the production of the album and everything she was doing at the time of the album. And then last but not least, underneath, a CD of the album. But like these other ones I've shown you, it's not just a CD of the album. It's got multiple discs in it with, it's not just one CD, it's actually 4 CDs, 3 CDs, plus some collector cards. And the bonus CDs are remixes, all sorts of remixes and extra material, alternate versions of songs, the same sort of treatment that you've seen in some of these other CD box sets. So I really like when they do something like this, where you get both the record and the CD in one box. Once again, making CDs still relative in a vinyl world. That's the second box set. The picture disc looks very much like that. Same treatment, a booklet, a CD, and a DVD. Oh, and they also had DVDs. I forgot to mention that. Yeah. Besides the LP of the original album, CD of the album, CD of remixes and demos and bonus material, they also had the DVD of all the music videos that went along with that album. Same with this box set. Has the LP, the CD, bonus tracks, remixes, and a DVD of all the music videos from this album. Same treatment as that first one I showed you. And then Rhythm of Love, they did the same thing again. LP, 2 CDs, one with the album and one with bonus material, and a DVD of all the music videos. And then all these packages are laid out exactly the same as the first one I showed you. So that's that is the best of both worlds. You're getting vinyl and you're getting CD. And the very last one I'm going to show you is this massive box set that I picked up about a year ago, or maybe 2 almost now, from Nazareth. And this thing weighs a ton. It's called Loud and Proud, the box set. And this thing is amazing and worth the money in every way. This is basically the complete Nazareth library. Numbered. And what you get in here is this envelope has got tour programs. It's got a wealth of material. It's got a couple different tour programs. It's got 7-inch singles. 7-inch singles. Exclusive 7-inch singles. They're double A-side singles with covers from around the world. Tour programs, a poster, all sorts of stuff. The only place you will find this Nazareth rampant picture disc. Expect No Mercy, the original version of the album that was rejected by the record company, forcing them to re-record the entire album before they released it. This is the original version. So this is the only place you're going to get this vinyl record, is in this box set of the original version of Expect No Mercy. Exclusive to this package is a live at the Hammersmith 2LP recording. Then we have another double LP, and this is all the BBC sessions of Nazareth on LP. A beautiful hardcover book with the history of Nazareth. And last but not least, CDs. And this is the entire 26 or whatever it was albums on CD. The entire their entire catalog on CD. Their entire library, which you can get most of. There's still a couple that haven't been released or are very, very rare, but you can get most of them on LP. But what makes this package so special? Why do you need to have them on CD when you can just have these LPs? Why do you need these? It's because of this last thing here, and there's a little pin in there. These 2 discs, all extra material, never been released before in any format, either CD or DVD or CD or LP. Extra pile of extra material. 4 discs worth of extra material, only on CD. It's never going to get pressed on vinyl. And that's it. So yes, CDs are still relevant in a vinyl world. And I think I've proven that through this pile of CDs I've shown you. So that's it. That's this week's episode. It ran long. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope I showed you a pile of interesting things here today. And I'll see you people all again next week. Until then, don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram, where I post my spin of the day every day, and that is at AGK_lifetime of vinyl. Don't forget, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Comments, questions are always welcome below the video. And of course, don't forget to turn on that little bell. That's notifications to let you know next time I produce a video. And I try to produce one of these videos every Monday or Tuesday. So until then, remember folks, be safe, stay home, wash your hands, social distance, all that new normal stuff. And I'll see you all next week. Happy Victoria Day. Cheers.